3. Let's go! Good.
Don't die.
Good morning. Cannot shake this cough for the life of me. But good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on where in the world you're watching us from. Happy time zone. If you're watching this live here on YouTube, welcome to episode 36 of the Code Crown Podcast Mini, covering 3-5 of Digimon Seekers.
That's still upsetting.
Yep. Yeah, it is. It's still upsetting because we're still off by 1. Stupid intermission. But this is the look at my engagement ring episode.
Yeah.
Considering these two were supposed to be husband and wife 2 chapters ago.
Yeah, we'll have to someone's gonna have to go back and look at it in Japanese and see what translated elsewhere.
Yeah.
Because I think the machine has screwed something up there, or
yeah,
it was like a joking kind of, I'm his wife.
Maybe it was that, or maybe we just have to headcanon that one because the AI translation has been so shoddy. But
yeah, I'm not sure. She definitely went, I'm not his, did she say I'm not his maid or something? I'm his wife? Yeah. But now she's engaged and he's gotten her a ring, and Yulin is very surprised by all this. So
yeah,
she was already his wife. Yulin would be kind of confused, I feel.
a little bit. Like, hey guys, why did you do the thing? How did you go backwards? Like, did you start with the divorce and work your way backwards?
Like, I feel like, or at least Yulin would have made a quip like, he finally made that nickname real, or he's finally making that nickname real or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, she does like kind of bust Kosuke's balls about it, like as soon as they meet.
Yeah.
But it's more of a, like, how dare you take my precious Saya-chan away from me? And he's just like, oh, we're straight into the banter today. Okay.
And then I think she makes a quip about him being clean or something, does she?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's now clean shaven and wearing nice clothes.
Yeah.
So Saya is domesticating him.
Yeah.
Which is,
not only Saya.
No. Not only Saya.
Yeah.
I'd have touched on that as we go. Look, guys, we're gonna kind of be all over the place with this chapter because it is just a conversation between these two. Like, I think it's about 5 paragraphs long, and a lot of that is the company has grown so big that they had to go public to keep the funding coming in.
Yeah, because with the type of research they're doing, it had to be like regulated or whatever.
Yeah.
So otherwise they could get shut down. So that's why they've.
So there's not like. Ultimately, this conversation boils down to I have a ring now, isn't it pretty? And
Yulin going, damn, he bought you a ring. Wow.
Yeah, and my interpretation of that was basically they were just poor, and now there's so much money coming in now from this Digimon research project that he's able to afford a ring.
Yeah, like we were saying, maybe they were already engaged themselves, but hadn't told anyone. But at the same time, and she called herself his wife in front of her own father as well.
Yeah, I feel like the engagement was real, but now they have something to show it.
Yeah.
It's
not very well written, but
no, and I think that's more to do with the translation than anything else. Because something has been lost in context.
Yeah.
Or lost in translation. And
is that the light bouncing off the ring? Is it that much of a diamond? See beside your arm there.
Oh. Maybe the lens flare coming off.
The lens flare coming from the diamond.
Yeah.
Damn.
He got her a good one.
That's why she's so happy. Look at her.
Yeah. But like, she's just so happy that like life is going well for her, and it's like she, as we suspected, she's been partnered, for lack of a better term, with the Black Agumon. She calls it Agu.
Yeah.
And and Ryu Senji had given out 3 other Digimon to the other members of the team.
Yeah, Professor Oak had them choose their
starter.
Yeah.
And this is where Meg's comment comes into it, because we learn that not only is Saya basically domesticating Kosuke, Dorumon is basically a fussy newborn.
Yeah.
So Kosuke has had to like actually make a schedule for his day-to-day to keep everything, to basically keep it alive and keep it functioning. So I think that's funny. Like over the course of like three, I don't want to say chapters because we're still in chapter 3, but over the course of 3 segments, we've seen Kosuke go from somebody who sleeps at the office
in a pile of coats
in a pile of coats to being a domesticated, functioning member of society
with a nice haircut and some clean clothes.
The power of marriage.
Yeah.
And
pet ownership.
So it's, and that's really all there is to this one.
Yeah, like it talks about, it's just them talking about the engagement, talking about how big the company's getting. They're gonna have to move out of their factory.
Yeah, because they're getting in so much staff now that like the place is bottlenecked. There
Senji is, or Tomonori, I should say, because there's 2 Senjis now.
Yeah.
He is hiring like auditors and compliance kind of staff.
Yeah.
Like HR, that kind of stuff, because he's preparing for it being bigger.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of like everyone's like an undergraduate.
Yeah, I think it also says something like there's a lot of people coming in who are just basically like they're just like brats.
Part-time brats.
Yeah. They don't really care about this project. They're just here to be like
they're here to get their college credits. That's what they do.
Yeah. So
and he's been promoted to like a higher professor.
Oh yeah,
he's an actual professor now. He was assistant professor in the last one, wasn't he?
Yeah, I'll go back and get the wording, like right at the top of the chapter. He was full-time. So yeah, he's a full-time professor. And was approached by a major big tech company that wanted to invest a significant sum and scale operations beyond his wildest dreams.
Of course he said yes.
Yeah. Because
they've all their money, even though they're in the red.
Yeah, well, that's it. And she's saying like this is, they had to go public for that as well, because they've been in the red since this started, and we've kind of seen that. Because basically the electricity alone that goes into this project.
I think the university wanted to shut them down purely based on that.
Yeah. So they need to sort of take all the venture capital they can get. But I really do like this image of Yulin and Saya. I like long hair Yulin.
Yeah, I really.
Pair of glasses, I think she'd be perfect.
She's got a kind of an ombre thing going on in her hair.
Yeah. And Saya is just like, I'm a happy housewife, and I love it.
I mean, she looks like a 16-year-old student, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I still think she looks like Eenie Miney from Ace Attorney, but just not psychotic. Oh my god, like, do you think in a dub she would talk like this? I hope not. You're a real Valley girl.
No,
I'm the professor's daughter. Thank you very much.
I don't know. It's always a stereotype voice for people who are dumb.
Yeah.
She's not dumb.
No, she's not. But I do. I think this chapter is just very nice. I like that we're continuing to see.
They're building a friendship for us to.
Oh yeah.
Break our hearts.
Yeah, like how long now until Saya goes DMIA? Because that was the other big part of this chapter.
Yeah, that's
like she's the test. Yeah. She's the test subject for the DMIA No, not for the DMIA. Well, I mean, from a certain perspective, but she's also the test subject for mind linking.
Yeah, which we
did
saw very early on that it was a woman.
Yeah.
The way they describe it, it's like the machine is like a cyberpunk thing with the factory background.
Yeah.
But Yeah, so they've made this because they have all this money coming in now. They've been able to make like a VR device
Yeah,
almost.
because when
Yeah,
Kosuke shows up and they start bantering, like the first thing he does is put a headset on Saya. And there's a whole thing about them like being able they're now able to see the digital world through the eyes of a Digimon.
yeah.
And she's like very shocked at first and then sort of goes, "Oh wait, no, I know what this is. This is great." And then
Yeah,
they
she
go,
said she couldn't make it out because it was like looking through the eyes of a fly. You know, where they have like several
"Yeah.
points of vision.
Yeah, there's a that they there is a term for that I don't remember, but it is used in the chapter. Um compound eyes.
Yeah.
So the virtual recreate. So she's looking through the eyes of a Tentomon then, right? That's how that works. Um, but I think that's really cool. Like that, so we're seeing like how quickly their projects are evolving now because this capital is just coming and coming and coming. And
when science is invested in, it flies.
I know, right? Amazing.
It's amazing how that happens.
Yeah, like you like imagine if the real world could learn from that instead of going, oh no, but the Sky Genie book.
Never mind that. Remember when it happened during the plague? All the investment went into it, and then people were like, "It's not. It took too quick. It was too quick.
Mm.
We don't believe in this thing because it happened too quick."
Oh yeah, yeah,
I'm
because
like,
they
that's
didn't
because they
take
gave it all the money.
yeah, so they didn't take 7 years to develop a cure. When it was invested in, they were able to make a pretty good frickin' turnaround on getting vaccines out there. You know, we're not in the dark ages where these things take, forever to work out.
Oh, polio took like 50 years or something.
Yeah. So
But yeah, when they invest in science,
science does it what it's supposed to.
yeah.
Invest in science. Um so yeah, then we kind of cut to the first mind link.
Yeah,
As it talks about neurologists being able to study how to convert the human consciousness and memories into data, and specifically targeting the pardon me, the development of personal AI trained on that data, which is interesting. Like Ryus Enji goes into a whole thing where like, oh well, I guess I'm just gonna have to study Digi-cores now. That's my new field of research.
Yeah, the stuff that he says above there, or well, like surely there was a way to engage the five human senses.
Yeah.
And all that. That's basically what he was saying to Eiji.
Yeah.
When he first met him, yeah. And he's still researching how to do that at this point, but
yeah.
they've really
It's a yeah.
they've really made strides in it by then.
Yeah, the technology has like they like even in modern day like the the linker helps, but they still need the big headset and he still needs to log into a terminal and all of that stuff. So they still need and it sounds like the first one was done in the Dream Machine from Somnium Files.
Yeah.
That's always my vision for that. It's just like, oh, okay, it's one of these. Okay.
A lot of the stuff that's done for the robotic stuff to people, basically, it's all very regulated.
Yeah.
And it says all of these disciplines were at their core investigating ways to build a human from scratch when taken together.
Yeah.
Because they're,
oh yeah,
things how to help like.
So Ryus Enji's creating Skynet.
Yeah. Well, no, all these other places are creating Skynet, and he's like, haha, mine's in a digital world. I don't have to be scrutinized for this.
Yeah. Because like he's even saying like the stuff that they're researching, because there are ethical hurdles to it, and if the government was involved, this stuff would take another 10, maybe even 20 years. Because it's basically it's just a VR camera. That's all it is. Don't look too tough.
The digital world is just a game.
Yeah. Oh God, Ryus Enji's part of the wild bunch. So, but yeah, so that's the whole thing, and he's like, well, this ought to occupy me for the rest of my life. so they had to minimize the risk and have answers for the ethical questions the technology presented if they were to dispel the notion that it was impossible or some sort of occult practice. And that kind of goes back to what you were just saying.
Yeah.
The science has been invested in and has come across in leaps and bounds, but people are still going to look and go, now you're a witch.
Yeah, if you can move the human consciousness into something else, people think, well, like, technically it's unnatural, but
yes,
so are lots of things though these days, and if you want to look at it from perspective of messing with creation or whatever, then it would have stopped that. It wouldn't have let us do that.
No. I'm just getting Portal vibes. Because that was like like when Cave Johnson is dying.
Yeah.
And like he's like, compact discs. Should have been studying this 30 years ago. How to transfer a man's consciousness into a computer. And then the game goes on and he's dying and he's dying. He's just like, I don't care. Give Carolyn my computer. I don't care. Stick her mind in that one. And then that's how we got GLaDOS. So definitely ethical risks to all of that. Like you don't want someone turning into GLaDOS.
Or the start of RoboCop where he
takes his own face off and dies. Yeah. Oh no, if we can avoid that, that'd be great. And then we get to like the funniest part in a very and it's like funny in a very I'm a child kind of humor.
Yeah.
Saya Ryusenji was one of the first people to successfully link her consciousness with a Digimon. And we're gonna like there's no bones about it. It's Agu, or the black Agumon, as we'll learn later. But
yeah, there it is. Look, the sparse, grungy nature of the old factory building lent the proceedings a back alley feel, like some seedy cyberpunk experiment being carried out by a shady doctor.
So good. that the characters would be this self-aware that they're looking at this place and going, "Oh, this is kind of garbage, isn't it?" It's like I know I've mentioned it a couple of times already, not even just today, but just sort of in general. But it is like the Dream Machine. I can't remember the name of it, like the proper name of it. The Dream Machine in Somnium Files. When they find the prototype one in the warehouse.
Oh yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah, that's where we are right now.
The Sinker. The Think Machine, yeah.
Yeah.
Sinkers are the detectives, but you need the machine to sync to another person's consciousness.
And in this, they're linkers.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? But anyway, right, so Saya laid on what looked like a repurposed dentist chair, and then
this is all being done in secret. It's just between
these four.
The main group.
Yeah. Vital check, heartbeat, blood pressure, body temperature, all normal. Saya was wearing a helmet. And then, so as she's coming out of this, she basically starts having convulsions.
What's DS levels?
I don't know. I don't remember if they've explained what that is. I don't remember.
No, me neither.
So they sever the mind link, and so she comes out of it. She's convulsing. Carefully reach her hands up as her legs kick the chair repeatedly, like her body's kind of coming back to reality and doesn't know where it is.
Yeah. It's like a really intense version of if I was to wear a VR headset with my motion sickness.
Yeah.
It's like my brain like that's why it makes me sick, like physically.
It also makes Saya sick here as well.
Yeah, I haven't gotten that far.
No. So they take the helmet off, and the first thing Yulin does is hand Saya a bucket, which she immediately gets sick into.
Yeah.
But she says she's getting used to it, because the first time she successfully mind linked, she woke up covered in her own vomit and other excreta in front of her father, fiance, and closest friend. So just getting sick is definitely an improvement.
Oh God. Imagine just being like after getting engaged and then you wake up and you shit yourself in front of your fiance at work.
And it's all
with your dad there.
Yeah. and it's, right, and not that I want to gross anybody out, but it's also going to look worse because we know she's in a hospital gown.
Yeah. Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. She's wearing white.
Yeah. So it's gonna look so much worse.
Yeah, she pooped, she peed.
Yeah.
And she vomited all over herself. She is 3 different shades of oh dear Lord.
Yeah. But Ryusenji's happy, and like the fact that he says the significant risks of side effects can be overcome with time, but simply knowing that this mind link thing is possible at all renders the experiment a success.
Yeah, like it's something that you can eventually account for to,
Yeah.
like like games now have motion sickness settings.
Yeah.
So the camera doesn't like have like frame rates are different and it won't spin really fast if it's turning around and stuff like that. There's colorblind parts in games now as well. Wasn't there something like that in Spider-Man?
Oh yeah.
All the different
so many.
You can choose a different color for like
for like colorblind settings and things like that.
Like the villains can be one color and Spider-Man can be another. And,
yeah. It's it's fantastic to see. But so we get the founding members of D4, Tomonori, Yulin, Kosuke, and Saya, and this chamber requires a unique security pass to enter. The mind linking project was top secret and only they knew about it. And then I think here we learn that her Agumon is named just Agu. I don't think it came up at the start.
No, it's here because then it says her doc has Agumon written on it.
Yeah. The creatures were every inch the small monsters the professor had described. This one in particular was modeled after a bipedal carnivorous dinosaur. Regular searches of the network turned up greater numbers and species of Digimon all around the world, and sooner or later they would need to build a taxonomy in order to keep track of them all. A Digidex? Oh my God, Ryusenji really is just Professor Oak, isn't he?
Yeah.
And then it goes into what we were saying earlier about, like, in the meantime, he'd chosen 3 different Digimon. He'd hatched from their Digitama and gave one to each of his students. So Saya
do you think he laid them out on the table and was like, pick one?
That'd be fun. But I think he kind of went to Saya. Here's your Agumon, or I guess Bodomon or Koromon at that point if it just hatched. Then to Kosuke, here's your Dorumon, and then to Yulin, here's your Ryudomon.
I'm curious though, why
did Saya not get a prototype Digimon?
Yeah. Why was Loogamon not hers?
Yeah.
Because the other two got the other two.
Yeah.
That's a weird one.
And we had posited, maybe because it was something the story had said, but we had posited that maybe Loogamon did have somebody else in his Digicore.
And that's why he had no memories or anything. Yeah, we thought that finding out about, well, what we know to be Saya now.
Yeah.
We thought finding out about that would be where Loogamon came from.
Yeah. But no, she just got a black Agumon. I guess because you got to get the mascot in there somewhere.
Yeah, maybe that makes sense.
It's more plot relevant than the one from Ghost Game. I'm not beating that dead horse again. I will say though, Karn put out a very good post-mortem of Ghost Game the other day, and I think it's definitely worth a watch.
Okay.
Because it basically says everything we had over the 67 weeks of that show. But it's condensed into a nice palatable 25 minutes.
Okay.
So like it goes by in no time at all. It's definitely worth the watch. But if you have heard our complaints about that show, the good things we've had to say about it, the bad and the just outright confusing. Yeah, no, basically that, but nice and truncated and laid out in a way that's easily digestible. So definitely give that a watch if you haven't already. That's kind of where it ends. But again, it ends on Kosuke basically, he had to begin living according to a more regular schedule because of the Digimon's need for regular care and feeding. Digimon were fragile creatures after all. So
that's how it ends.
Yeah, so Saya and Dorumon have domesticated Kosuke.
Yeah.
From a bomb into a functioning member of society.
They would have had to clean her up a bit though for investors and public image and all that kind of thing.
But it is kind of interesting to look at his official art now. Never mind the Kosuke from the live action thingy.
Yeah.
But to look at Kosuke's art, and he's unkempt and he's got his 5 o'clock shadow back.
Yeah.
And his clothes are very dressed down.
Yeah.
So he reverted without her.
Yeah. A little bit, yeah. He's not disgusting or anything.
No,
by any means,
but you can tell that any sort of...
He's just depressed single man living alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went through divorce in the worst way. Oh no, I don't even think they'd married. It'd be one of these things where she DMIAs on the wedding day or something.
Surely they would have had the day off for that.
Yeah, or the old cop cliche of like he dies 2 days before retirement. She DMIA'd 2 days before the wedding or something.
Yeah.
But we don't have art this week.
No.
And that's really kind of it. Like it's most...
There was an art posted in the Discord. Loogamon and Eiji. And Eiji is dressed up.
I do not remember that.
It's one of the links that... No, this one. Internet art. I think it's the middle one.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, we'll show that off.
Yeah.
So our little art blurb for this week comes courtesy of this image. Oh.
Why does it never...
No,
turn it on. It never lets you use it.
So we've got...
cute.
Eiji is dressed up as Loogamon for Halloween.
And Loogamon has him on the leash.
Loogamon has him on the leash. I'm gonna take you for a walk, punk. That's really fun.
Yeah,
I like that.
You can see all the ghosts and stuff around them. Bats. The pumpkin over by Eiji's knee there. Really cute.
Yeah.
I have no idea what it says, but...
Oh, it's YBHK 77. So we've seen art from them before. So there we go.
Yeah. No idea what it says. It's something to do with the ears.
Yeah. They're more Bowmon's ears, aren't they? Or Fusamon's ears, because they're lopped rather than upright like Loogamon's. So yeah. But still, that's cute. I like this. That's adorable. It is. It's quite adorable. Alrighty. But yeah, I don't really have a whole lot else to say about this because it was mostly the wedding or the engagement talk, and then it was just learning about how the business had expanded. And
it looks like it's a lot more because you scroll for ages on it.
Yeah,
but there's not a whole lot to it.
No, it's like, if I know we kind of make these like comparisons every sort of other segment, but this is like 15 minutes of animation, if even 10.
Yeah, a lot of the like company growing and all that could be done in a quick montage of the building getting bigger, the more people in there, more guests,
and you just have narration over it about the investment fuel hiring spree led to a bevy of part-timers roaming about the place. It's...
You can easily do this shit.
Yeah.
That episode.
Yeah, that was kind of why I called them brats earlier. And we've got a lot of new people around. That means a lot more egos to deal with.
New executives, that's the one I was looking for.
Yeah, mostly auditors and compliance folk. So yeah, but like learning that the business is going to go public, which really makes me wonder like how much is it going to plummet if when Saya DMIAs, will that get out? Will that or is that like Kanai Ward's ultimate secret kind of stuff that like the university does not know that has happened yet.
Yeah, because she's still in there somewhere.
Well, we know we've seen the body. The body is still in there.
Yeah.
We hope because we've kind of commented before. We kind of hope Ryusenji has it hooked up to like a nutrients machine or something. So it's
so she doesn't. And surely it's on one of those things that like. You know when people are paralyzed and they put them on like those board beds and they flip over and stuff to keep your blood flow going and all that? Yeah. One would hope he's got something like that going on for her and she's not just
laying there for 10 years.
For 10 years, yeah.
Or 20.
20 at this stage,
because this is still before before Eiji was born.
Yeah.
So I really feel like we've got another 3 of these before the DMIA happens and we go back to Eiji. Like it is.
I hope he does skincare for her. If she's lying down all the time, she's just gonna sag.
Yeah. Oh, it's anime. They won't have to worry about that. But yeah, like I'm like we're at 3.5 now. I wonder if we're gonna go to like 3.8, 3.9 before everything goes to pot. And then we'll kind of go back to Eiji and kind of continue.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna have more success and possibly a wedding. I'm not sure. We need the moving into the new building where they are because the university and Abaddon are connected, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like they're literally on the same place in Denren.
Yeah.
And Denren is still being built at this stage, so it might skip ahead a little bit because they have to be in the new building. They can't be transporting Saya's body between.
No.
Surely.
So, unless the building they're in, this cyberpunk building, or, it's everything is built around that.
Maybe.
So I guess, look, we'll find out more as it goes on, but I feel like we have at least another 4 weeks of this before everything goes to pot. Because we do have to bring Eiji back into the story eventually.
Yeah.
Because we need...
But I still feel like he's only going to get a little bit at the end.
Did we see Soul Loogamon in the trailer for this?
We did.
Well, then, yeah, so maybe he gets like 2 or 3 weeks of...
Yeah.
So if we take chapter 2 at face value and just an average at 12... I feel like chapter 1 went long because it was chapter 1. Maybe 12 to 15 is going to be kind of the sweet spot that they go for week to week. So we could be halfway through this chapter already.
Yeah.
But which is wild considering, like, we're saying there's probably 4 more chapters of whatever segments of this story before we go back to Eiji. And then we have to have Eiji do something to earn Loogamon evolving to his true perfect form. Feels like there's a lot of this chapter yet to come, and I don't think we're gonna. I mean,
sure, don't we see
they can cram it into 8 into 8 segments, sure, but I feel like if you were reading this all at once, that might feel rushed.
Yeah, but don't we see them at the gate as well with Yulin at the gate and Kosuke at the gate? Unless that was a flashback. Because Yulin was at a helicopter in a helicopter at the start of this.
Yeah.
And he was at the gate in a flashback.
Yeah.
So maybe just they made it look that way in the trailer to make it look like there was going to be a big battle at the gate again. When there was a big battle at the gate in the past, but he's older in this bit, so maybe it's his flashback, but he's himself in it because he's the one remembering.
Yeah.
So it depends.
So that's also the other problem of this being a week-to-week thing. Because there is no animation to it, you've no context. Not that you've no context. There's no scenes playing out that like stick to memory. It kind of does just kind of blend together when you're reading 5 or 6 paragraphs week to week rather than as one continuous chapter. So
and the trailers are very limited
in how much they can
show and everything, so maybe they're just blending it all together.
Yeah.
And then we're getting
but the Yulin in the Yulin in the helicopter was obviously like modern day Yulin. So these two could be going for loggerheads later on in this chapter. Maybe Eiji's just in the middle of it or something.
Yeah, but no, it was specifically around the gate. Remember she was
Yeah. But she has one of the prototypes, so that makes sense.
Yeah,
but if the Digi-police are trying to stop the Sons of Chaos from breaching the gate, she's probably there for that more so than anything related to Saya.
Unless they get there and she turns on the Digi-police.
Maybe. She's been a mole the whole time. But yeah, I guess we'll...
Ooh, hiding what happened to Saya.
Yeah.
Ooh, and then she turns because now they've got the third person to go in and find Saya.
Maybe. Or maybe...
Or that's how Kosuke turns her in that moment.
Or what happens to Saya makes her go, yeah, this was all kind of sus from the get-go, and she takes the knowledge to the Japanese police, and that's where the Digi-police come from. This is where it starts getting regulated.
She's still on good terms with Eiji.
Time can be a factor. I guess we'll see how it plays out. Like it can go a couple of ways. I think it can definitely go a couple of ways. I don't think she's a mole. That'd be fun, but I feel like that would be a bit too out of nowhere because we don't have enough screen time of her being a police officer.
But when we do see her as a police officer, she's very staunch and by the book and strict.
Yeah, but we haven't actually seen, like, we've seen her do...
Although now we know why she's so strict about Satsuki.
Yeah.
Going over time.
Exactly, yeah. So, like, this, we have a lot of context for that. Like, so she doesn't want to lose Satsuki the same way she lost Saya. But, yeah, I don't know, like, I don't see her being a mole. I think what happens to Saya is what drives her to the police, or maybe the government get involved, and it's a concession. It's okay, we won't put you away for your involvement in this, but you have to do this for us. So it could be something like that, but the next few weeks will tell. I still about maybe 3 or 4 more segments of this, and then we come back to modern day and pick up the real world. Pick up the real plot.
I just had a thought.
Oh.
What if they had a baby? Saya and Kosuke.
Oh.
Saya, Kosuke, Satsuki.
No. No, don't be silly. Don't be silly.
He's the same age as Eiji.
No. No. That's not even how those names work.
I know.
That's racist.
Yulin got to name her and she wanted it to be similar to them.
No. if Satsuki Tamahime is Ryu Senji's granddaughter, that is beyond coincidence. Like that, they've done nothing to I don't think these two characters have even interacted.
No,
we've barely seen Satsuki since Eiji kicked her butt.
Yeah.
I think she'd be a bit more prominent if they were gonna go surprise. Watch me be wrong in 6 months.
We'll see.
Jeez.
And
at this stage, 6 months is only, 10 chapters? Because this is slow.
Imagine being Saya waking up then. Where's my baby? Oh god, she's 19.
Do you think this is too slow?
This part, I'm enjoying the way it's going. Because we're getting tidbits of their relationships and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. Like, a lot of it could be...
Like, pacing could be... Like, we could get longer chapters with just to make the pacing feel a bit more urgent. Yeah,
like, a couple of the one... Like, the first one and the second one probably could have just been one.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I'm not disliking it, but I do feel like that. There is I feel a lot of this could just have been bolted on to the end of, like, last week's or the week before's or something. So... Cause I'm trying to imagine, like, how... Like,
I think they're just going, like, -1, then -2 is a time skip from that, -3 is a time skip from that.
Yeah. But we're not given any sort of real context for, like, how many months or years are in between all this. And, or weeks. It's probably weeks, but...
It was probably a few months in the factory first. And then, because you don't just develop a VR headset overnight.
No, that's fair.
Even with funding. Like, they would have to
Yeah, so probably a couple of months at least. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't know.
I keep saying
I
VR
don't know
headset.
if
It's
I'm
not a VR
well,
headset, but
it may as well be. Yeah, I just don't know if I'm getting, not that I'm not disliking it at all, but I don't know if I'm just getting not impatient, but
you just want her to DMIA already?
no, because I know, like,
Or would you
I'm
prefer it to be jumping backwards, jumping back and forth?
no, not at
Okay.
all. No, because that was one part of Resident Evil I didn't like.
Mm.
What I'm trying to say is, you keep power talking over me, is that they're building up for this DMIA, and we know it's coming. It's not going to be sad because we know it's coming.
Mm.
But at the same time, it might have a better impact if this portion of the story was flowing a bit better.
Mm-mm.
Because one of our complaints about Tamers right now is that it's like they had 10 episodes left and 2 episodes of plot.
Mm.
So they're slowly reeling it together.
Yeah, they
So,
keep going back and having dinner and
yeah. The D Reaper is being awfully considerate of their
yeah.
sleep and hunger needs.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I am with this segment. Is that, like, I'm enjoying the lore and I'm enjoying learning about the characters and sort of what life was like before the modern story. But it could just be a bit faster paced. Like, this could be 3-3 rather than 3-5.
Yeah.
If they would just bolted some of them together.
Like what I said earlier, a lot of this could be montaged in an anime, but they have to explain it all out. Now they're in the factory. The factory looks like this.
Yeah.
Whereas in the anime, boom, there we are, factory.
Yeah.
We see what it looks like. We don't need it described.
Yeah, because as much as I'm liking all of this, the last couple of these recordings have been, oh, well, only this happened. Like, there's been nothing grand and sweeping. This has been 4 people in a room having dinner.
Yeah, like, we could have waited the 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And just recorded them together, and we would have got a normal sized episode out of it.
Yeah. So that's all. That's the only reason I ask. Like, if it's, how are you finding, like, the pacing of it?
Yeah, like, it could be sped up a bit, but I'm not hating it either.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. All right. Well, look, guys, I think we'll leave it there because we've shown off a piece of artwork.
We have Seeker's comments.
Oh, we do. Yes, thank you, because I forgot that existed. I think Ali did leave us a new comment, so let me go find that. I know Desmond is probably just a little cheeky trolly comment. Don't know what that means. Oh, no. Oh. I'm forgetting how fucking tabs and windows work. There's a comment here that just has, I don't know what the word is, and then
I don't think Google does either.
Nope.
So it's either typed in.
Oh, it's okay. It's the name of this commenter.
Okay. Like
their handle or something. Does it?
Oh, okay, so they're like, I love Digimon.
Yeah.
Basically. Okay.
Basically, yeah. So yeah, okay, cool. We have here's our comment from Ali. Well, I was still going to watch you guys talking about Seekers and other things. Okay, all right, okay. All right, fair. Yeah, well, we appreciate that.
Thank you.
Right, because you had said last week about taking a break up till 3-7.
Yeah.
And based on what we've spent the last 5 minutes talking about, probably not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Because again, pace and flow would be a lot better because you're receiving the information a lot more immediately rather than, getting 3 new paragraphs every 7 days.
Yeah, I'd have this read in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
All of it.
But that was kind of my other point. I never kind of got to make. Well, not that I got to make. I had it in my mind, and then it went, boom, and then I forgot. So it didn't come back. They're building up to Saya going DMIA, and it's not going to be very sad because we know it's coming. Like, we see that, like, oh, they're building her up to be the happiest woman in the world.
Yeah.
And then they're just going to rip it all away.
Yeah.
That might have more impact if this was an actual book. Because of that more immediate.
Yeah. I wonder would it have more impact if we didn't know this already?
Yeah, but like
because we know someone went DMIA. It's not a surprise now that it's her.
No.
Because, well, who was it said that? Kosuke said something about that, didn't he? I lost my girlfriend or my wife or something.
Yeah, but like we also seen Saya in the trailer. We saw her with the black Agumon and petting it. There was there was a whole thing like him and Ryusenji about Saya. Like the trailer told us it was Saya going DMIA.
Yeah.
And maybe if the trailer hadn't have done that,
or if we hadn't seen
goddamn anime spoiling itself as usual.
Yeah, because if we hadn't seen a woman in it either.
Yeah.
Maybe if we'd just seen a person, like...
I think we'd have reached the same conclusion, though. Because she has not been a part of this story till now.
Yeah.
We'd have been like, who is she? Where is she going? And if she's Ryusenji's daughter, why have we not seen her? What? Oh, she's the DMII woman.
Yeah.
And maybe we could have kept our... Like, Loogamon is carrying the soul of someone who went DMIA theory going. Or... we'd have just been smart about it and gone, oh, okay, that's why they're looking for Black Agumon, because she's attached to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They put her out there too much for this to be any kind of surprise.
Yeah. So I feel like I would love to know how this would read as a complete chapter, but we're probably not going to find out for another 3 months at this stage, which is... when you think about that, like, chapter 2 took 3 months to get through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, Digimon Con 2024 is in March, so maybe it'll be done by then.
Yeah, maybe they'll announce part 2 of it, depending on how it ends.
Yeah, but anyway, Ali goes on to say, I like that Bandai are doing short trailers with and showing updated evolution animation for the 02 movie. Now I hope the actual movie they show in the same time instead of one at a time. Wait, what?
The evolutions.
Oh.
Instead of doing stock footage of all of them.
Oh no, they've pretty new animation to show off.
They're not show off all of them. They're not gonna.
No.
They're not gonna split screen that.
No. No, they're not gonna modern Sentai henshin this stuff where like all 6 transform at once. This is going to be look at the money. Look at the money we put into this. Look at the money. Look at the money.
I can't wait for it in 9 days, or for you in 2 days. It comes out on 27th, but not
at
here.
Time of recording. It is already the 25th.
I thought it comes out on the 27th.
Yeah, which is 2 days from now, because this would go live Wednesday afternoon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought we were getting it before Ali for some reason. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
9 at time of writing, 2 at time of publication.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't worry, Ali. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Don't worry.
Meg, just silly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Meg is bold.
Steal 1 can of Pepsi.
I know, right? Beef. And there's Desmond. Cringe. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Desmond. We love you.
Read it out.
Shoutmon, Ballistamon, Darulumon, Digi-cringe, Digi-cringe, Shoutmon, cross 3, cringe. There, you happy now?
I'm happy.
Good. Anything I do? Nope. Nothing held for review, I think, either. Well then,
that's everything.
That's everything. So, yeah, no, guys, thank you so much for joining in. We're gonna leave it there because somehow we've managed to get an hour out of this, and there's not a whole lot to this for it to be an hour's worth of content. But God, we like to ramble.
Yeah, yeah, we do.
Got to make your own fun sometimes.
I mean, we start talking about vaccines in the middle of it, so
yeah. But you know, as I say, sometimes you just got to make your own fun.
Yeah.
So,
like sometimes things in it just relate to the real world.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one thing we've kind of commented on before about this, and it's been.
If you watched our Atmon.
Oh yeah,
if you watched Atmon, you know that we rambled for 3 extra hours after that about the real world.
Yeah, our Atmon watch along was very fun for that reason, because there's a lot of things in that show that came out in 2017 that are still relevant in 2023 and will probably still be relevant by the time Atmon takes place in the year 2045.
Yeah.
Wait, no, 2045 is when AI will conquer humanity, so the show is before then.
Yeah.
But either way, on the road to 2045, I think a lot of the themes and such in Atmon will still be very relevant. And Seekers is doing a good job of sort of mirroring that in its own way. It's like it's got these nice mixes of like Cyber Sleuth and Atmon and things in its DNA. And I'm kind of looking forward to seeing where it goes.
Yeah, me too.
Even if it is, slower than a snail. However, a snail can change the course of human history, so maybe that's not such a bad thing. Unless you're a certain person's mother. Anyway. Spoilers. If you know, you know. That's all I'll say. If you know, you know. Right. Anyway.
Right.
If you don't know, don't worry about it. I'm just being silly. I'm just being an idiot. So, guys, we'll catch you guys tonight. If you're watching this live on YouTube as it's airing, we will catch you tonight for Digimon Cross Wars 48, 49, and 50.
Yes.
Yep. 48 to 50. And then next week will be 51, 52. And the following week will be 53, 54. And then we're talking about Cross Wars. But this Sunday, hard to imagine that this Sunday we're going to be finished with Digimon Tamers, the anime.
Yeah.
Still have a movie and a stage play to get through, but for the anime,
will be done.
the actual show will be done this coming Sunday, and that is insane to me. Because that feels like it flew by.
Not really.
Yeah. We'll spill the tea when we get there and we do our overall ranking and see what our average scores turn out as and our favorite characters, and we'll spill all that tea. So. But yeah, thank you for joining in.
Thank you.
We'll see you tonight, hopefully, for Cross Wars, and then Sunday for Tamers. And until then, look after yourselves. Enjoy your day ahead. And if you're watching this on the archive, I hope you've had a good day, or I hope you do have a good day ahead. Just look after yourselves and be good people.
Hydrated and eat well.
Yeah. Take your meds.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Don't forget to take your meds. If you need to, go do it now. And we'll see you soon. Bye.
Oh.
All right, we're done. Done.